What's up YouTube, Capital G here, looking at a brand new card from Coda the Duelist. This is Traptrix Support, aka the Loli archetype, and I've always loved the lore behind Traptrix, how this isn't the actual monster, it's just kind of what the monster wants you to see so that it can lure you in and then eat you. And I like the fact that it uses the image of a lolly instead of like a grown woman like Magi Magician Girl or one of the other like grown attractive cards. In Yu-Gi-Oh! It chooses to use a lolly. The name Trap is even in the name, so you know guys, it's a trap. Do not get drawn in by the image of this lolly. With she's scantily clad lollies. Anyways, this is Traptrix Coronatus, which I am going to assume is some type of plant, probably carnivorous, probably eats flies or whatever else, you know, flies into it. It's an earth insect, just like all the rest of the Traptrix monsters. Level 4, 1500 attack and 1300 defense. I think the stat line for a level 4 is fine. This card is basically a Stratos for Traptrix now. First effect, when this card is normal summon, you can add one Traptrix monster from your deck to your hand. This is important because it gets you either Myrmilio or it can get you Dayanara. Like, Dayanara is actually good in the mid to late game, and then obviously Myrmilio is good in the early game. But if you're playing Traptrix, maybe you're even playing Traptrix artifacts, if you don't open with Myrmilio, you definitely want a way to get to it, and this card is definitely that. So, I mean, the fact that it is a +1, not necessarily a defensive +1, but it's still a +1, and those are always good to have in Yu-Gi-Oh! When you have your first turn. Effect number 2. Much like all the other Traptrix monsters, this card is unaffected by the effects of hole trap cards. People still do play bottomless trap hole. The other trap holes aren't as popular right now. Not that many people running floodgate trap hole. Not that they're not good or anything. It's just, you know, they're just not as popular right now. I still think that time space is pretty good. I think that floodgate is pretty good. I think bottomless is obviously really good. Let's see. Third effect. Once per turn during either player's turn, you can target one spell and trap you control, return that target to your hand, then you can set one spell and trap card from your hand. Now, I believe that you can actually, yeah, since targeting is just a cost, you can actually bounce the same set spell and trap card and then like reset it. You can set the same one from your hand as you just bounce to your hand, if I am reading this right. Now, I think that this effect, like at first I was like, this seems kind of pointless, but there actually are some applications with this. For starters, if you were going to play a Traptrix deck involving artifacts, and keep in mind, just a few years ago, this deck actually ended up winning the North American WCQ with Corey McDuffie playing Hat. So let's say your opponent decided that they were going to blind MST one of your back row cards, or they were just going to blow it up with some effect, Twin Twist or whatever. You could bounce that spell and trap, maybe it's a Solemn or something like that, and then you could set like an artifact Sanctum from your hand, and then when the Sanctum triggers, obviously it would blow up a card on your opponent's side of the field. They would go like massively neg, or there's like a crazy combo where you can kind of use it with Lost Winds, right? So you can use Lost Winds, it goes to the graveyard, then your opponent special summons, you bring the Lost Winds back, and instead of Lost Winds being activated and just being banished, you just bounce it to your hand, and then you reset it, and then the whole thing basically resets. And it's almost like as long as you can keep her protected, you can kind of use Lost Winds infinitely. There's also other plays where if your opponent tries to go after one of your back row, you can bounce that back row and replace it with like, I don't know, maybe like a breakthrough skill, something that can activate from the graveyard. So I do think that there are definitely some applications. Maybe you don't want to have to set like your mirror forces because you're afraid of it being blown up, and then you know you bounce it to your hand and then you can set it, and you know maybe when they attack you activate the mirror force or something like that. And I don't know, I feel like there are definitely ways to use this. I wish that the card that you bounce didn't have to be set. Then you'd have so many ways of like, you know, constantly using Call of the Haunted, and that shit would be like dope as fuck. But you know, it is definitely limited because the card does have to be set. But I don't know, I feel like there are some applications. If I was going to play a Traptrix deck, which I think this card makes playing Traptrix a lot more viable, I would probably play like 2 of her, 3 Myrmilio, and then I don't know, 2 Dayanara, and that would probably be like my Traptrix engine. And I don't know, I think that I think it's good just to have a way of getting instantly to Traptrix Myrmilio or Traptrix Dayanara, because Dayanara is a what's it called? It is a 1-card rank 4 Exceed, and we see how powerful, you know, 1-card rank 4s are right now with Elder Entity Norton. So you guys let me know what you think. I don't want to sound weird, but I actually love the artwork. Not in that pervy way. I just, I guess, can you say that? I don't think you can say you love this artwork and it not come off pervy, because obviously it's a lolly. So anyways, whatever you guys think, leave it in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already.